Hi guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you the song If I Were There by Monica Scott and Angie Killian. I'll do it start to finish, then break it down for you. We'll be using handbells and I'll give you a little tutorial at the end as well. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. If I were there on that silent night, would I hear angels sing praises in the sky? If I were there, would I go with haste, with humble shepherds to seek his holy place? If I were there, I'd find the manger and bow before the tiny Savior. I'd sense the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there, if I were there, would I see the star and join with wise men who journeyed from afar? If I were there, would I gladly bring my finest treasure to lay before my King? If I were there, I'd find the manger and bow before the tiny Savior. I'd sense the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there, I was not there, but inside I know that precious baby who came so long ago was Jesus Christ, Lord of heaven and earth. I sing his praises as I celebrate his birth. If I were there, I'd find the manger and bow before the tiny Savior. I'd sense the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there, if I were there. Okay, I'm a little pitchy on the last if I were there. I'm still learning it, so hopefully I'm not too pitchy through the whole thing, but I really wanted to get this video out there to help you guys. Okay, so I'll show you how to make this after I let you practice it. So fast forward to the end if you don't want to see the whole, this is how we do it, right? Okay, so with if I were there, you're kind of just trying to follow the beat, right? So we say, if I were there, just right in front of yourself. And on that silent night, you don't do anything because it's silent, it's so quiet. On that silent night, and then you go towards your ears, would I hear angels? And then, so you go, would I hear angels sing praises in the sky? Okay. And then it says, if I were there, and then we kind of like rush the bells fast. Would I go with haste? And then with humble shepherds, it's like we're making a shepherd's hook. With humble shepherds, and then we're going to do an O because we're looking all around for the holy place, to seek his holy place. And then the chorus goes, if I were there, and then I do find the manger, like a box. So if I were there, I'd find the manger. And then we bow before the tiny Savior. So I'd find the manger and I'd bow before the tiny Savior. And then I feel like, I don't have my music in front of me, but I feel like peace and air go kind of high and then low. So that's kind of how I do it. I feel the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there. Okay, so let's try to do just the first verse. Are you ready? If I were there on that silent night, would I hear angels sing praises in the sky? If I were there, would I go with haste, with humble shepherds to seek his holy place? If I were there, I'd find the manger and bow before the tiny Savior. I'd sense the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there. Now, of course, this is a lot easier to do if you actually have the music playing in the background. You'll notice there is some beats in between, and I just kind of keep a steady beat before you go to the second verse. So you just kind of keep going until, and that will help them to feel the music, to know when they come in next. That's the great thing about these kind of bells, using them as a rhythm. It's helping them feel the rhythm. Okay, second verse says, if I were there, would I see the star? And then we point to ourselves because we're wise, like wise men, and join with wise men who journeyed from afar. If I were there, would I gladly bring? We're like gathering something and we're excited about it. Would I gladly bring, and we're going to do a heart, my finest treasure to lay before my King. Now, why did I do my heart? Because if you think there are lots of gifts we can give the Savior, but what would be the best? Would be to give our hearts and just truly devote ourselves to him. So that's why I chose heart. To lay before my King. And then it goes right into the chorus. Okay, you want to try it? Just the second verse? Okay, here we go. If I were there, would I see the star and join with wise men who journeyed from afar? If I were there, would I gladly bring my finest treasure to lay before my King? If I were there, I'd find the manger and bow before the tiny Savior. I'd sense the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there. Okay, so I think there might be a little interlude. I'm not sure when we go for the third, I was not there. Oh yeah, it looks like there's a little interlude. So again, just keep it going until it starts. And then you go, I was not there. Like, no, I wasn't there. So I was not there. But inside I know, I actually tap my chest. But inside I know, which is kind of fun because it's like knocking on the door inside in our hearts, okay? But inside I know that precious baby who came so long ago was Jesus Christ, Lord of heaven and earth. Okay, so when I do that ending, it's like that precious baby who came so long ago. It's like he's coming from heaven. Jesus Christ came down, Lord of heaven and earth. So I picture this, just him coming down when I do that. Oh, and then it says, I sing his praises. So I sing his praises as I celebrate his birth. And then we go back into the chorus again. Okay, let me show you that part. I was not there, but inside I know that precious baby who came so long ago was Jesus Christ, Lord of heaven and earth. I sing his praises as I celebrate his birth. If I were there, I'd find the manger and bow before the tiny Savior. I'd sense the peace that filled the air. If I were there, if I were there. Okay, so it does the if I were there twice, and there's a little space, and it does if I were there too. And I don't know that I have quite that ending, those last few ending notes without the music. But when you do the last if I were there and we hold it out, I kind of shake it because I love a chance to shake at the end. So we just go if I were there until you're done. So that's the song. Like I said, you can rewind to the beginning and just practice it over and over if you need to. But I did want to give you a couple minutes to show you how to make one of these in case you need it. They're really inexpensive. I live in Utah, so Hobby Lobby right now has Christmas stuff on sale for 60% off. So I got a thing of like 75 bells for like $2, $2.50. It was pretty cheap. So, and then obviously these popsicle sticks are pretty cheap. And then I have these little, they're kind of sparkly pipe cleaners, but you could use whatever kind of pipe cleaners you want. But I just wanted to show you how to build one just to make it easy for you. So what I do is I start, and I'm going to see if you can see this here. I kind of hold down the middle and I wrap around once. So see, I've got one wrap around, and then I take a bell and I stick it on the end, and it's going to go all the way down to that spot that we've just made. Okay, so I've made a spot and I've got my one bell. So now I'm going to wrap it around and give a whole like line in between before I do another bell. That just gives a little spacing so you have enough space for your bell. Now you can pull it down more. Some of my bells I did tighter, like you can see this one is a little bit tighter, or you can have it a little more spaced out. Their hands are pretty small, so it's just whatever works for you. So again, after I do the second bell, I'm gonna go around, give another little space, right? Another little line space. And then when I come around, I'll do my last bell. Now, I don't know the length of mine. I just got these at Hobby Lobby too. Last year I made these. And then, okay, so now I've got the last one, and I don't worry about coming around again because you can see I don't have a ton left. So then I take it and I push it up through. Do you see how I'm pushing it up under the back there? Because I don't want any pokey points for the kids. Now, last year, this is all I did. I just stopped here because you can see, can you see how it's like kind of secured under there? Well, my sons reminded me that they remember that some kids shook them so much, some of the bells fell off. So I have to fix them. But basically, this is what I do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my husband, we're going to just take some hot glue and do a line of hot glue on the back just to make sure they stay a little more secure. But that's basically it. And then you have handbells for everyone, and you can reuse them every year. The kids love songs with handbells, which is why I had to come up with one of these. Now, other notes, if the movements are too much as you're singing through it, feel free to adjust it however you like, just to make it fun for the kids that you're doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't checked out my flip chart, you can see it kind of back there. I do have that on the blog for free. It has all the verses, and it's really pretty. So I use the flip chart when we perform too, just to give them a little extra confidence. I've also got a video that I made a few weeks ago of me using hand motions. That's how I lead. I do the hand motions. The primary presidency member flips the chart, and it works out really well for our visual learners and for those who maybe don't visit as often. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.